Hi, today I would like to talk about the note taking. Note taking became part of very important learning productivity tools for me. Because of this, I would like to share with everyone about uh, what I'm thinking about the note taking. I'm always actually take a note in some form. Now I actually have a text base. I have a visual base. I take a lot of video. I'm do a lot of voice recording, and I started to do a vlog. And why this is so important is because it helps you learn and memorize and actually be able to do something new out of what you have learned. I find out that maybe at least for me, there is 5 key benefits that I can find out from taking a good note. The first thing is you can reflect it. For those that are not familiar with the term, reflect is like water reflection. It's like a light go through the surface of the water and it reflects out. This term being used mean output-based learning. Instead of you just take a note out of what teacher have written on the board, you are actually write it out from what you have understand. So this is a basic term for you to understand about reflect. Many times when you started to reflect out, you start to understand. Actually, you not understand before that, but when you started to reflect out, you start to understand, or you actually started to have question about why it's like that, because it go through your own circuit. It's not going to other people's circuit. It must be something to do with how the brain work and how you write down your memory. So when you use it, it's the first time that it actually give a challenge to the brain to output or to recall. So reflect is the first benefit that is very important, and I always reflect. For the junior, we always ask that, what is your understanding about this, and what is your opinion? So this thing will help people to understand and remember, or be able to reach some certain question better. The second thing is about repeat. When you're taking a note in some form, you actually gain the benefit of be able to repeat it. If you take a note immediately out of your understanding, like reflection, then you had repeat it the first time, and repeat in an output-based form is much more powerful than you are actually repeat, just actually look through, because you are not actually putting enough effort. But if you're trying to take the note and repeat it in an output-based manner, so you can write the whole thing again in a blank paper, it will be very powerful, because you are actually go through a hard recall. So you need to actually put in a lot of energy in the brain. For brain, if you use, you will not lose it, but if you don't use, you will lose it. So use it or lose it. So when you repeat it, it actually tell the brain that, oh, this information is important, so you want to keep this type of information. The third thing is recorrect what your understanding is. So when you trying to take the note down, you start to feel whether your understanding is correct or not. Many of the times you are not certain about your thinking until you write down, put a diagram, trying to complete the thing systematically, trying to explain to others people via the note taking. You will find out that the idea is not complete. A lot of things is in a blank state, so you can actually fill in. One of the reasons why this happens is because our working memory only can handle 5 to 12 things at the same time. So when you started to write the thing down, you started to realize that there's something inside the 5 to 12 things, or something beyond the 12 things that the brain can process at the same time or can buffer at the same time is missing. So you can actually put it in like some missing information, or you can actually see the pattern and realize that something is not correct. Then you can actually put it down. This is very powerful to make yourself actually memorize it better. The next one is about recall, and this is very powerful. A lot of people don't access to this or don't understand that memorization and recall, you have two process. You write down or you read it. When you write your memory, you may actually already understand, but you may not be able to recall it quickly. So it is important that you practice how to recall. The more you recall, the more it's actually being used, and the more it turns the working memory or the temporary memory or a short-term memory into a longer-term memory, or what we call the working memory, long-term working memory, which actually will help us to not only remember it longer, but help us to be able to recall it even faster. And the last one is to reinvent it. Many times when you understanding how the memory work, you connect everything together. You write it down, you put it slower than the first time you listen to it, or you put out your idea. Like many times when in a dream, it reproduce what you have learned, and when you start to take a note down, you see a new connectivities, you see a new possibility that it could be happen, and that's actually reinvent. Sometimes you connect things from one industry to another industry, and you see one exposure, and you think of some problems that you're trying to solve, and you'll be able to solve it in a more innovative way. And this is the 5 benefit of the note-taking. The first thing is it helps you reflect. So reflect out from what you're understanding, not what actually written, because in the note that actually the teacher take, the teacher also have speak something that not in the board, and there is something for you, mean only for you, that actually you learn better. The second thing is about it help you repeat. So number 1, reflect. Number 2, repeat. Number 3, recorrect your understanding. Number 4, recall, help you to recall. And number 5, actually help you reinvent what you understanding about the subject. Typically, I will take a note in a handwriting way. This is effective in a meeting because it is quite a free from. You can actually start with a pen and paper, take a keyword, take the things that the keyword or the topics that you think that you need to learn, and later you rewrite it to complete it. Or when you have the idea, you can actually rewrite the whole thing into the free form. The note-takings that I used with the electronic base is called Metamoji. It's a Japanese brand, and I think for me it suits the most because it can sync to the centralized, and it's really built for note-taking. So it has many type of paper that actually you can use. You can use the paper too, but for me, most of the note, I would say 99% of the note, I never come back and see. It actually for reflection. So one of my teachers saying that you write a note to throw away. It's actually just for you to practice how you reflect things. So this is the first thing that I use. The second thing that I use is a text base. It's very simple. You type what the key topics. This is actually less of the free form, but more of when you have the ideas that you require a bullet list. So it's something like top down, so something very narrative. or something that you need a careful correction. So text-based will be very good. So for myself, I actually using WhatsApp mainly because it's quickest and it can share from many places to send the message to my own self. So what I do is I add one of the person in a group and I remove that person. It become only me, and I can actually send many of the things. I will have initial like ideas. I have initial like just temporary, or I have something like a shopping list. I have something like the keynote, what I learned. So for this, it will be useful when you use in a smaller screen and you want to type something down accurately, especially when you want a communication with actually require a precision. The third tools that I use is just record the voice, especially when you discuss with someone and we want the voice to be recorded. So you can quickly share this with other people. To be frank, 99.9% of the voice clip that I record never open it back again. But really some of the important ones, sometimes you listen back and you can actually grab some essence out of it. So it's important that that you just record. One of the automated tools that you can use, especially when you're actually talking to your friend or talking to others people, is record your own call. I use the automatic recorder, so it record all the call that actually someone called me. So with this, whether you call out or you call in, you'll be able to record all. So when you're not used, then you just delete the whole thing. So my phone is root, so I can actually do this very easily. Another app that I actually use quite frequently in my Android device to record is HiQ MP3 recorder, and this HiQ MP3 recorder is quite good to record a long clip because it's actually MP3 format. So it's MP3 format. So you don't need to worry about the storage or something. So and the next one is the vlog. Vlog is harder at the beginning because you need to form the ideas and the expression, and you need to flow out your idea. But I found out that this note-taking way, it actually can share experience like you're talking face to face with others people, and I think it's quite effective to inspire and move others people or touch others people feeling, because not only your note, but it's also your voice can encapsulate the feeling. Your logical sequence can be delivered in a right pacing or a right tempo, so people can actually follow you easily. And you can also actually add the note by actually the visual or your own facial expression, which actually I think is a cool things to do. And I think that to share with others people more and more, I think note taking with vlog will be more important, because when I actually grown up, I think we have a tendency to read less. When I was young, I read more, and reading is a good media because it's actually require very active brain skill. You need to put in a lot of effort, but sometimes reading have a limitation. First thing is it's slower than watching the video base. The second thing is you read a lot, but maybe you get just a very little content. So sometimes people give up reading, and as you know, for you to actually make the idea actually available for most of us, I think maybe we should actually also have the alternative, because human brain is very simple. The eye is very well developed, and the eye actually the first primary one that actually will attract us when we actually come to learning, and it come to the second one is the voice, which actually will help us to actually carry some certain message that the text cannot carry. But the text is very high level brain function, because it need to read out the form of symbol and try to decode it, matching with the sound and then matching with the meaning. It is a complex brain process. So reading sometimes is not as good as watching video. So I'm trying to lock more of my thought and what I actually think to share with someone who want to learn. So yeah, that's all about the vlog or the note taking for today. The vlog that I'm actually using the Panasonic GX8 to log. The only reason why I'm actually using this is because it have the flip monitor. For I will try on a Sony A7R II as well, which actually have better quality of the video, but I think it's very easy to use for Panasonic, so I give it a try, and it's quite fun. Okay, bye.